birthday of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Marcus Garvey and the UNIA had a huge impact on emerging Pan-African leaders around the world, including Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana, who actually placed the Black Star in the flag of the nation. Nkrumah positioned Ghana to become a major force for Pan-Africanism, not only in Africa, but throughout the world. So it is entirely appropriate that on this occasion we now hear from the current president of Ghana, who is a son of Nkrumah and a son of Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Nana Akufo-Addo, President of Ghana.
Fellow Africans and citizens of the world, if there is one country in Africa, and indeed in the entire world, which has been influenced by the life and work of Marcus Garvey, it must be Ghana. The first president of our nation, the man who led us in the final phase of our battle for freedom, the legendary Kwame Nkrumah, was a self-confessed apostle of Marcus Garvey and fell under his guidance during his student days in the United States of America in the 1930s. The first national shipping line of our country was named by him the Black Star Line, in deliberate emulation of the Black Star Line, the shipping line established by Marcus Garvey in 1919 to assist in the repatriation of Africans in the United States to their homeland in Africa, and to be the vehicle of trade between the two continents. Again, the proud national flag of our country has the Black Star as its centerpiece. Ghana's debt to Marcus Garvey is thus inescapable. Today, we're gathered all across the world to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the holding of Marcus Garvey's Convention of the Negro Peoples of the World in New York. At that seminal event, the Declaration of Rights of the Negro Peoples of the World was adopted. There can be little doubt about the impetus of the struggle for decolonization and independence that this convention provided. Indeed, the convention, whose 100th anniversary we are commemorating, was one of the critical events in the unfolding emergence of the Pan-African movement. A century on, the vision of an Africa free from colonialism, which was one of the main objects of the holding of the convention, has effectively been realized, and the continent must always remain thankful for its intervention. But I have no doubt that Marcus Garvey, and indeed the 2,000 delegates who attended the convention, wanted more than just to fulfill the dreams of political freedom and independence of their peoples, important as that was. The promise implicit in the drive for liberation was that freedom would inspire the rapid enhancement of the quality of life of the African peoples, and indeed of all black people around the world, and banish the specter of mass poverty bequeathed to the African peoples by the long period of colonial exploitation. Alas, that has not happened for a variety of reasons, some of which do not do us credit. Be that as it may, our generation has an opportunity to rededicate ourselves towards attaining the goals of guaranteeing the liberties and freedoms of the African peoples, employing the immeasurable wealth of Africa to satisfy the needs of the African peoples by resisting the continuous exploitation of her resources by external agencies, eradicating mass poverty in Africa, and promoting the prosperity, dignity, and unity of the African peoples. The name of Marcus Garvey will continue to bear on both sides of the Atlantic, coming together in mutual solidarity to advance the interests and objectives of black people everywhere in the world. We should never forget the immemorial words of the great Jamaican reggae musician, Peter Tosh, who said, "Don't care where you come from. If you are black, you are an African." I'm an incurable optimist and believe in our capacity to reach these goals. And in doing so, I'm comforted by the words again of Marcus Garvey when he said, "The black skin is not a badge of shame, but rather a glorious symbol of national greatness." I am confident we in Africa, and indeed all
Everybody loves the sunshine. Oh yeah.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Ron Daniels, president of the Institute of the Black World 21st Century, convener of the Pan-African Unity Dialogue, and convener of the National African American Reparations Commission. Marcus Mosiah Garvey was the greatest mass organizer in the history of Black people. 100 years ago today, he convened the first International Convention of the Negro Peoples of the World in Harlem. Where else? The capital of Black America. It drew some 3,000 delegates, and it also included a rally at Madison Square Garden that packed that arena with 25,000 people in 1920. There was no email. There was no Facebook. There was no Twitter. There was no Snapchat. There was no Instagram. It was just the African drumbeat drawing people to this great event. Aware of this phenomenal occasion, the Institute of the Black World 21st Century has declared 2020 the year of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. The purpose for this occasion is to commemorate this milestone international convention of the Negro people of the world as a tribute to the life and legacy of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Marcus Garvey was a spellbinding orator whose philosophy and opinions inspired and motivated millions of Black people to act. So now let's listen to the voice of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey.
Fellow citizens of Africa, I greet you in the name of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League of the World. You may ask, what organization is that? It is for me to inform you that the Universal Negro Improvement Association is an organization that seeks to unite into one solid body the 400 million Negroes of the world, to link up the 15 million Negroes of the United States of America with the 20 million Negroes of the West Indies, the 40 million Negroes of South and Central America, with the 280 million Negroes of Africa, for the purpose of bettering our industrial, commercial, educational, social, and political conditions. As you are aware, the world in which we live today is divided into separate race groups and distinct nationalities. Each race and each nationality is endeavoring to work out its own destiny to the exclusion of other races and other nationalities. We hear the cry of England for the Englishman, of France for the Frenchman, of Germany for the German, of Ireland for the Irish, of Palestine for the Jew, of Japan for the Japanese, of China for the Chinese. We of the Universal Negro Improvement Association are raising the cry of Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. There are 400 million Africans in the world who have Negro blood coursing through their veins. And we believe that the time has come to unite these 400 million people for the one common purpose of bettering their conditions. The great problem of the Negro for the last 500 years has been that of disunity. No one or no organization ever succeeded in uniting the Negro race. But within the last 4 years, the Universal Negro Movement Association has worked wonders.